And then you have some mothers that use that child support payments as they living fund. Wrong. And for all those mothers out there, yes, I'm looking at you dead in the eye right now. For all those mothers out there who literally put these good fathers on child support just to feed your financial, just
your
to feed
personal,
just to live off it is wrong. First of all, if you decide to put your father on child support, those funds are for the kids. It's not for you to go get your hair did. It's not for you to get your nails done. It's not for you to pay, go out to the club and drink up the money. No, it's there to support the child. It's not there for you to like spend the money wildly. And as men, we have to be accountable. One thing I know about men, right, and I think this is the truth. When we see somebody that looks gorgeous like Brittany Rayner, we ready to just have unprotected sex with her.
I'm not gonna say. Wait a minute. I'm not gonna say unprotected.
You mans are nasty.
Well, I'm not gonna say unprotected, but I get where you. I get exactly what you're saying. But we got to start doing more thinking than that, man. Honestly, man, 'cause that's just one thing. That's what's gonna reel you in, right?
Right.
But what's the substance that's gonna keep you there? We got to start thinking about that, because of course, and this is really with anybody. If you see somebody, the first thing that you're exposed to is how they look. So definitely. If you attracted to that, then that's gonna reel you in. That's the first step to reeling you in.
Right.
But after that, there's more to be discovered. There's more for you to, be intrigued about. We gotta start doing more.
Believing, do child support works or do it don't work? But I am gonna say this, right? To all the mothers and fathers out there that do not take care of their child, and if you're on child support and you don't pay child support, you should slap yourself. Like, you should, because it's like,
that's a problem.
It is a problem. Like,
that's a problem.
If you're going to just straight up leave your child, right, because you probably hate the mother, or the mother hate the father, at the end of the day, it's still your obligation to take care of your child. Like, I don't care what the scenario is. Whether it was a one-night stand, whether it was, I hate him because he cheated on me. I hate her because she cheated on me. At the end of the day, it's the child that's involved in this. Like, pay your child support. Like, $33.7 billion worth of child support, that's not owed. That is owed. That is, like, crazy to me. So, to everybody who's out there on child support, pay your child support.
It makes sense, because when you think about it, a mother is I won't say less likely, but has less of a chance of leaving their child because they're birthing the child. The father has more of a chance and a better capability to do that, because they're not physically connected to that child. The mother bears the child, and the child is in the womb, and so and let's just be honest, fellas, or they made some unethical decisions when it came to that relationship.
True.
And it ended up, they ended up in that predicament, and it may not even be because of how they are with their child. It may just be the relationship.
Yeah. But yet we got all these sorry dads out here who ain't even on child support. You know how many fathers out here that I know? My bad. These sorry baby daddies out here that I know that, one, they don't take care of their child. They still popping out babies left and right, and then they riding in the car with their girlfriend on the passenger seat with their seat all the way back and ain't making a damn dollar in their pockets. Those the fathers who should be on child support, but they not. But yet you got the good dads out here, like some of my homies, who take care of their child, but they on child support. I have a real problem with that. I'm the first person to actually tell a person, I hate a sorry father. I hate a sorry father, right? And just to clarify something,
that's part of accountability. If that's your brother, if that's your your homie, that's your close friend.
That's true.
We got to be real enough with each other to say, bro, you
man up.
You got to man up. You got to do that.
Yeah.
You made that decision. Guess what? You got to be accountable. You got to hold yourself accountable. I'm gonna hold you accountable too. So.
Yep. And also to put in, just because you in your child life does not mean you're a great father. Some of y'all fathers need to go ahead and take your child to the park. Let them go to the museum. Take them to see things that maybe you have not experienced in life, right? So do homework with your child. Play toys with your child. Walk in the park with your child, right? It's a lot of free things you can actually do with your kids out here.
A lot of families, they're having, kids young, and they didn't have a dad, they didn't have a father, so they don't even know what it's like to have one in their life. So guess what? When they have theirs, they think just showing up and being there and talking
I give
to
money.
them. Yeah.
I give money. I'm a good father. It's deeper than just giving money.
And they think just playing in the part, that ain't gonna cut it, man. Because at the end of the day, we have to we got to feed their minds and help them to be better than we were, or help them, or give them, like you said, give them the things that we didn't have.
Most definitely.
And give them those experiences, but also realize that they got to grow up and be an adult as well. So
the judge, quote unquote, said, and I wrote this down because I remember, because I thought it was so wrong. I was like, this is wrong with the child support system right here. And the judge, quote unquote, said, just because you don't know it's yours doesn't mean you don't owe.
So so you telling me he had back pay?
Oh, he had to pay $10,000 of back pay just because he didn't know that child was. And like I say, the mother had the previous father sign a birth certificate, everything. But at the end of the day, just because my brother found out the baby was his, and the paternity test confirmed it, she threw him on child support right away, and he owed it. I have a problem with the system when it comes to stuff like that. My personal opinion. It's just like with the food stamp card, right? When you're on a SNAP benefit, they put this money on a special card. Mm-hmm. You can't go spend this money at the ATM. You can't go to the ATM and pull out some money. You can only spend this card literally inside of a grocery store that accepts food stamps. So I think they need to come out with a child support card. And if you just, because on average, these men pay like $500 a month for child support. So if you telling me this man has to pay $500 on child support, or this woman has to pay $500 on child support, drop that money on the card, and then it should be break down into categories. $200 for household expenses, whether it's light bills or whatever living costs need to be paid. That's what this is for. Another $100 or $150 going on food, and the rest of the money going on clothing. They should be able to control wherever this money is actually being spent.
But that have us locked into this way of thinking, and our court specifically. A lot of the old, mandates and laws, they still reflect, they still reflect the thoughts and ideals when the nation was founded. So, we got to address those, and then we got to address those first, and then climb all the way up here. So what I think the next step in this is, man, as far as, relationships, whether, then having children and things like that, we got to start looking at ourselves first. Men, women, everyone. We got to look at ourselves first, evaluate ourselves, see what we like, talk about, to ourselves, what we like, what we don't like, where we trying to go, where we been, look at our progress, evaluate all that, right?
Right.
Evaluate those things. Then when you see somebody or find somebody you're attracted to, you got to have those conversations and you got to fill them out. I'm not saying that you got to, get an application form and then have them write it on the page. Let it be natural, of course. Let it be natural, but you got to start thinking about those things,
And as soon as I get in this relationship, this mother telling me, oh, I need this and that. And I'm like, what you telling me for? Like, where the father at? Like, why do I have to provide everything right away? I don't need to provide this. This is not my job. This is your father's job. Is he on child support? Now, if he ain't on child support, we got a bigger problem. Like, I dealt with chicks where they want me to provide everything up front, but then your father ain't even on child support. You ain't even stretch your legs out to walk down to the courthouse to put them on child support, but yet you want me to be the financial guru in your life. Yo, it don't work like that. It's unethical if you'd even think like that. Now, if I decide to actually stay in that person's life, meaning I decide to continue to build, yes, I should step up and play that role. But I'm not here being your sugar daddy or your bank for your child when you don't even have your father kids on child support. Yeah. You're not even chasing him for money. So
just like you were saying, man. I think it's real important to know who you getting involved with, man.
Yeah.
And know yourself first, though. You got to know yourself first.
Most definitely.
And then that's how you can truly, really figure out who you want to be with,
right.
Who you are, and where you want to go with that person, man. And we can possibly avoid this. No relationship is gonna be perfect, when a child's involved, it gets a little bit more complicated.